Hello, my name is Lizzie Cundy.
My name is Kate Leonard.
We're from Radford University, which is in Virginia, southwestern Virginia in the U.S. And we did the effects of socio-cultural identity on musical distaste. I have to click something.
Is the slide?
Cool.
So what inspired this study was Lizzie here came to the conference last year and heard a presentation about musical distaste and whether or not that affirmed or correlated to personal identity. And so we were really interested to look on what the effects of the socio-cultural identity caused on musical distaste. So what we started with, we tried to get as much of random sampling as we could through the university and the community around it. We set up surveys. We had a demographic survey, which focused on age, sexual orientation, race, and then it also had a place for them to describe what they would explain as their musical preferences and their socio-cultural identity. So we had our participants fill that out. We continued playing excerpts. We had 5 excerpts from 5 different genres. We started with a pop. It was My Way by Calvin Harris. Then we played a clip from Forever and Always by Randy Travis. We had our country, our heavy metal, which was Slipknot, and then we did classic rock as well as rap, hip hop. So we really tried to classify these genres. We did some research on what went into different structures, what would be easily recognizable as a specific genre, to help pick our clips. And all of our clips had the lyrics stripped away so that we were able to really focus on the music itself instead of the singer or the lyrical associations. So we would play those clips. We had surveys for our participants to fill out that rated each of our excerpts on how much they liked their music selection. And I had a place for comments as well to explain why or why not. And finally, we had our final survey, which just asked the participants to choose which they most identified with and which they least identified with and why.
Yeah. What we found was, first, between male and female, there was not a large difference by which one they were more likely to choose to dislike. There, however, was a larger amount of minorities that disliked American country. And the reason they didn't like it was because of the cultural association, not necessarily the music. So we found that specifically with country, and then also with heavy metal, American heavy metal, that those 2 genres were more likely to be disliked because of the associated culture as opposed to music. We also found that the younger demographic, so we were able to get between 18 and I think 26, the younger demographic, whenever they listed it, it was like, they would usually say, well, I just didn't identify with it. It wasn't my style. So we found that the younger generation was more likely to identify something they didn't like by how they identified themselves personally. Whereas the older generation would choose more musical aspects. So I didn't like it because it was too loud. I didn't like the drum solo. What we hope to do in the future is to get a larger demographic. Again, we were in southwestern Virginia, and southwestern Virginia is primarily white. You also have a lot of the country area around it. It's very rural. So we would like a larger demographic. And we also would want to look into getting a bit better equipment, because that was something that people had commented on, is that we didn't always have the best equipment. So that was our research project, and I hope you guys stop by so that we can talk to you more about it.